Good morning. We're live. Welcome, beautiful people, to Ask the Shaman. Welcome and grand rising. Welcome to Ask the Shaman. I'm your host, your friendly neighborhood shaman, Anthony Golden Sunshine. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Taking in a big breath of gratitude this morning. What a beautiful day. Another beautiful day to be alive. I love to find the gratitude in the moment, in every moment. It's such a beautiful, beautiful thing to be able to train your mind to find the beauty. It's been a beautiful week. Started off really nice. Tuesday was nice. Had a show here with you all. And later on that day, I had a session. And then later on that day, I had the first of the 8-week shamanic training class that I offer. And boy, was that amazing. We have some really amazing souls, really amazing energy in there. And I'm so excited to see how these beings develop into their personal power and their greatest medicine gift. It's fantastic. Last night, we were at Sacred Waters, North Olmsted, doing our thing, having a nice sound bath and breath meditation, and it was far out. I had a really cool experience. Some of the people there had some really amazing experiences, even out-of-body experiences and astral travel. So if you haven't been to one of our in-person events, you want to check that out if possible. We also have online events here and there. I was doing 3 a week, but nobody was really showing up. So I'm going to just kind of go back into workshops. And I think the next workshop I'm going to have it more open to everyone. That's going to be spirit guide, connection, and communication. So if you're interested in learning more about how to connect to your spiritual guidance, all of us have all of us have spiritual guidance around us and with us all the time. We may not be aware of it or know how to begin to cultivate or create that connection, that relationship. And I want to help as many people as possible do that, because I've seen miracles, amazing things happen when people start having the ability to connect to their higher self, AKA their spiritual guidance. It's around you. It's there. And if you'd like to learn more, reach out. I'll get you on the list. DM me. Let's see what's going on here. Good morning, Angelica. Good morning, sister. The floor is open for any questions. The show is called Ask the Shaman. And in here, what we do is we talk about life. Is there something going on in your reality that you would like to talk about or you're looking answers for? Is there a mindset you're stuck with? Is there, do you feel stuck in your journey? I can help you with those things. Do you need healing? I can help you with those things. What we're going to do next is we're going to do a little bit of ceremony. I like to do morning ceremony with everyone. It kind of keeps everyone accountable and on their path. As a shamanic priest and teacher, that's something I'm always telling everyone, telling all of my students, telling the people that we work with all the time, that your practice is super important. Your practice. Practicing your craft. I actually made a post this morning that was pretty neat, something I came across where it talks about the 100 rule. And I'll tell you about that in a second. Let me find the rule of 100. And the rule of 100 states, if you spend 100 hours a year in any discipline, so it's 100 hours a year. That sounds like a lot, but that's 18 minutes a day. That's all it is, 18 minutes. If you spend 18 minutes a day doing something, you'll be better than 95% of the world in that discipline. That's right. If you spend 18 minutes a day in a discipline, and this is anything. This could be Qigong. This could be your shamanic practice. This could be Reiki. This could be anything, channeling, whatever it is you're into, spending time every day. And that's why I'm always telling people that your practice is contingent upon, your spiritual health is contingent upon your practice, getting in that practice. So we're going to do a little practice today. I already did my first couple practices of my morning routine beforehand, but I'm going to get into the next one. And that usually includes some breath and opening my sacred space. So what I do is I begin right at the center of my body, and I like to bring my hands in prayer position in front of my heart. I'm connecting with my heart. Sometimes I put my hands on my heart, one in my hand, one on my belly. You can do whatever feels good for you. Today, I'm just going to bring my hands into prayer position in front of my heart. And then what I'm going to do is use that intention to take the energy of my heart, and I'm going to let it rise like an elevator up over my head as I take in a deep breath. And as it reaches up over my head, I'm turning my hands out and I'm going to spread it out around me, opening my heart center around me, my torrid field of light and energy. Coming back, my hands meet in front of me again right here, and I do it again. I open it up, rising in, spreading out the bubble. Picturing taking time. This is where it's sacred play, using your mind's eye and disciplined imagination to create a visualization of your bubble. Energy up and opening the bubble, expanding your energy field all around you. So as you open up this energy field, the more, again, practice. You practice this every day for a while, and what happens is this becomes second nature. You can do it just with your intention. You can just close your eyes, take in a breath, expand your field. It's nice to use your hands, though. Feel the energy. And the more you do this, the more you'll start to become aware of your bubble. Not everyone's aware right away, and it's okay. Some people are like, well, I'm doing this, but I can't feel my bubble. Like, relax. Just use your imagination for now. Use your visualizing mind. Opening up that energy field. As you open that energy field, you're creating a container in which for spirit to come work with you. You're opening up this nice bubble. It's protected. It's wonderful. It's beautiful. It heightens your sensitivity, opens everything up. And then what I do from there, after I open my bubble, I like to have my hands open like this because I'm receiving. It's like I'm catching a giant beach ball or something. Catching, receiving. I'm in the space of receivership is what I say. I'm ready to receive. And as I put myself into ready to receive, I call in spirit. And this is different all the time. You don't have to have a ritual per se that's exactly the same all the time of how you call in spirit. You can just make it really simple. You're like, God, I call you here. Or the living energy of the cosmos, I call you here. Or if you have specific spirits and things you work with, you can call those in. Everybody's different where they're at on the path. Not everyone has a bunch of spirits that they communicate with to call to them. And so they're like, well, I don't know what to do. Just relax. Your intention is just to call to you your higher power. All of us have some sort of perception probably of the higher energy of what you're created from. And in easy terms, it's just, if you have a hard time with that, just think of the quantum field. It's a field of living energy that you're not separate from, you are. And what you're doing is you're using your intention to fire and wire a neurological connection out beyond your skin. Okay. All of us have that capacity to do that. You don't have to be a classically trained shaman like me, or a seer, or a sage, or a witch, or a warlock, or any of those things to be able to access what already is you, which is creation itself. So you call that here, and I open myself up. I'm open and ready to receive it. And soon as I start to ask, my hands start to woo, lots of vibration and tingling. That's the energy. It's coming in. And I invite it into my hands. And what I'm doing is I'm taking it in through my hands and into me, into my heart. And I'm allowing this wired connection to come into me through my bubble, through my field, and into me. And then usually I start breathing, because breath is life. Breath is how you modulate energy. Breathing is energy. Energy in, energy out. So I'm inviting my highest power in releasing anything that's heavy. Typically, I give that to the earth. That's what you want to do, ground it into the earth. And there's a lot more ceremony that you could do with that, but just the general kind of gist of breathing in light and soft, fresh energy, and letting go of the heavy, stale, stanky energy, letting it go. In with light, out with heavy. Yeah, I often use my hands just like I'm doing, because I'm taking in the energy and flushing it through. Energy in, flush it through. Energy in, fresh healing energy, stagnant stale energy out. In with light, out with heavy, and just keep going. Take it in, put it down, take it in, put it down, take it in, put it down. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. And just relax. Let your breath go where it wants. My hands are open. My heart is open. My soul is open. My mind is open. Thank you. Thank you to all the spirits and light that have come into this space. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I am and we are so grateful. And there you go. There's a little mini ritual. You can spend more time doing that. Also, one thing I didn't mention beforehand is I almost always, when I sit down and do my practice, I light a candle, because lighting the candle is sacred fire. And I always recommend having a candle, spend some time every day, try to be in a very dark room, and take time and connect with the flame of the candle. Very powerful. There's science that shows how it works with the pineal gland as it enters your eyes. It can help you re-regulate your circadian rhythms if you have sleep issues and things like that. Wonderful. Thank you for joining me in that little ceremony this morning. Let's see who's here. Nardu. Hi, Nardu. That is the one practice I'm having trouble with. My mornings are so programmed. It's tough, but it's a practice and trying not to make it malpractice. Well, a lot of it has to do with your mindset surrounding it, because you're saying, well, so programmed. So that's your story. Install a new story. So stop agreeing to that, obviously, but you want to actually program your mind to see your practice as a loving gift to me. I don't have to do it. I get to do it. I get to do this beautiful practice for myself as love to myself, giving love to myself. And so that's really where it comes into. And I treat it more as a morning ritual. My ritual begins soon as my alarm goes off. My alarm goes off, snooze. I did it this morning. I start to breathe. And that's what's happening is first I'm just oxygenating my body. To breathe is to take in spirit. I'm becoming connected with the energy around me. And then I move into gratitude practice. I can't tell you I know something more powerful for a human being to do is to begin to vibrate in the vibrational field of gratitude and allow that to expand from them. Just keep going, Nardu. Just train your mind to find the beauty. Angela O'Connor, good morning, sister. Good morning, Tony. Can you talk about something very difficult in your life that was difficult to emotionally process and the lessons you learned from it? Sure, let me think about that. I would say still some things that come up in my reality are related to my childhood traumas. Something that, my mother particularly is extremely narcissistic and, will blame you for what she's done to you. She's one of those people. She's done terrible, terrible things to me growing up, but, will say things like, get over yourself, or try to spin it around on you and make it like you're the bad one. So that still happens. I don't have much of a relationship with my parents. That's not by my choice. That's their choice. My mother is very pseudo-Christian, pseudo-religious. not spiritual at all, and tries to force herself and her ideas on me. And when I don't agree, that triggers her, upsets her, and the narcissistic thing starts to freak out. So I would say that those things are difficult to emotionally process. But what I learn all the time is I learn about me, about my response to things, because the things, emotions are stories. Okay. That's what I'm, emotionally process. You're processing a story. The first step in going beyond your emotional program is understanding that you're agreeing to a story. So I'm at a point now in my evolution where that's quite easy for me. I don't spend a lot of time second guessing, worrying, anything like that. I move into just general acceptance. I accept whatever is here, whatever the challenge or opportunity that has arisen in my life, I accept it, as soon as I can. It doesn't mean that like I'm just accept as it happens. Sometimes as it's happening, there is resistance. And it's through that resistance, feeling your resistance is how you know to change. It's just like knowing when something's hot, you put your hand near it, it gives you a signal of heat into your body, you make a change. Same thing. You're facing some sort of emotional story. It begins to make you vibrate in a way that is destructive to you in some sort of way. Now you have a choice because it's awareness. This is something, this kind of pops up. I made a post recently and I got really, it gets lots of mixed kind of attention. And it had to do with being triggered. Let me see, where is that? Offended. So the feeling of being offended is a warning indicator that is showing you where to look within yourself for unresolved issues. So what this does is this will either bring you into a space of happiness, like, yep, that's true, I do have the decision, or you'll have defense to it. You're like, no way, you're saying if people are mean to you, it's not okay for you to be offended? No, it's always okay for you to be offended, but that's never going to do any good for you, is what's going to happen. And it is an indicator showing you where you need to work, because what's the point of being offended? Someone says something you don't like, I'm offended. You know what happens when you become offended? That's it. You become offended. That's all that happens. And when you're in a space of offense, what happens is you've shifted your nervous system into sympathetic dominant state. Thus, you're killing yourself. So it's really quite easy if you're choosing to be offended, because being offended is a choice. Someone can say something to you. You don't have to choose to be offended. You can choose to not be offended if you'd like. But if you so choose to be offended, understand that you are also choosing in that moment to literally kill yourself. That's what's happening. You're putting yourself in a position to where you're opening yourself up for illness and disease and all kinds of amazing things. So, I think all human beings have things that are difficult to process, but they're meant to be. The difficulty is necessary. So I would start beginning. So if someone is having a difficult time processing something, begin to change the language in which they're saying, just like you're talking about. Can you talk about something very difficult in your life that was difficult to emotionally process? Yeah, well, the first thing I'm going to say is emotion is a story. Do I have to agree to the story? No, because there's some sort of story that's happening. I'm not good enough. I'm not enough. I'm bad. This is bad. This isn't enough. That's bad. It's a bunch of judgment. The only time we suffer, and this is what I always point out, and this is very important for all of us to understand, the only time you will suffer ever is when you disagree with reality, is when you're mentally saying it should be some other way than it is. And that's okay. If you find yourself there, let go as soon as you can. Forgive yourself for that damage you're doing to yourself. Don't hold it against you or anyone else, and move along. Move forward. Allow yourself to extrapolate, open, take from the situation the beauty that's there. Okay. So I hope that covered some things for you, Angela, and hopefully for others. Great question. Great question. The things, your challenges are opportunities for you to learn about yourself. They're nothing else. The mind likes to make them other things. Good morning, Mary. If you guys are local and are interested in cold plunging, sauna, contrast therapy, go visit Mary over at Elemental Cold Plunge in Westlake. Oh, sorry. I got to go back here. I have been growing and changing at a rapid pace, as have we all. There have been a lot of opportunities and some big challenges, which are the same thing. I know sometimes it takes time to process the lesson. Right. That's different for everybody. So the ability to process is directly related to at the rate in which you're willing to accept and let go. That's why people say, I'm a work in progress. That's not actually true. There is no work. You just have to let go. And that's what spiritual growth and expansion is. It's not about bringing more God into you because it's already there. It's about letting go of the blockage that stops the creative energy from being there and aware within you. Letting go. That's all it takes is letting go. And that's the hardest thing for humans to do. But we have tools and things. Your breath is it's indispensable for how it can help you begin to process information. Breathing with your information, feel the information. Good morning, Brianna. Good morning, Soul Family. Good morning, Mike Skilton. Okay. Contribution for Carol Burning in ICU this morning, having difficulty. We send our loving prayers and energy of healing and light to your person, Mike Skilton. Thank you. Amazing how a little breath work changes everything. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's all I can tell you is your breath can change your life. There's a million roads, a million paths to the same source, to the same God, to the same creator. One thing that is inherent for all human beings is your breath. You're going to have to breathe if you want to be alive. And how you breathe has everything to do with how you experience being alive. I know most people don't like it because it's too easy, but that's the truth. You don't have to accept it, but I would hope you do. I agree with you, Jill. Yeah. Angela says, if the collective could send energy for a 7-month-old puppy, Mulligan's safety, I would be so grateful. She has been missing since noon yesterday. This is very difficult, but I'm doing my best. Let's all send some energy to Angela and to Mulligan. Dear creative essence and energy, we ask that you bring Mulligan home safe if that's possible. And if that's not possible, great being of light and energy, we hope that you bring awareness into Sister Angela for her to be able to handle, accept, and move through whatever challenges arise through this time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We ask for the greatest and highest possible outcome, whatever that is. A Nike Kuyaki Urpichai Sonkolai. Ah, very good. I love to do prayer. I love it. Prayer is my jam. Praying is something I just do so much of. And, it's just not the way that it was taught to me through my religious thing. I don't have to drop to my knees and, repent and feel guilty and all the things that religion keeps you bottled in so that way you never know yourself. My prayer is a lot more passive. It's a lot more, hey, I ask that you can bring this energy here and I'm open and ready to receive it kind of thing. It's a much more fluid kind of feeling, giving and receiving. Yeah. Amber Lawson. Lori Marie Stradbeck. I assume these are people that need loving energy. Please send your loving energies to these people. Morning. This is Anthony from last night. Oh, hi. Hi, Carrie Ann. Yeah, so you were part of our beautiful group last night. It was awesome. Good morning, y'all. Hi, 1 million Buddhas. I love 1 million Buddhas. Ha. Are you doing the thinker with your work hat on, man? Cool. How do I learn to read energies? I can feel it, but I don't know how to interpret them. Well, that takes some time and practice. Teaching, each person's a little bit different. I can't tell you there's like a cookie cutter, one size fits all way to develop. This is intuition is what you're asking about. How do I read energies? Intuitive sense. your primary directive into your intuitive sense is learning how to manage your attention. And this happens through meditation. So I would say that's the first step, breathing meditation. Two very primary things, and then beginning to create a relationship with the energy that's around you. So there's a lot to that. The other thing is shamanic training. Like I'm putting my students through currently. Shamanic training takes you into learning how to open up your 5 primary energy centers that are described as eyes in our tradition, the Nawi, the energy eyes of the body, and they essentially correspond with the 5 kinds of elements. So you have water, earth, fire, air, and ether. So getting yourself in connection, this takes training and things, and that can begin to open up. But some of it will naturally begin to open by you learning how to take away your judgment from things. Energy is always there. Your mind, its body, your energy fields, always reading energy. It's just you're trying to do it with this part of your mind, the knowing part of your mind, which doesn't really know anything. It only knows what it's been programmed to pay attention to. So it's allowing thoughts to escape and allowing yourself to be open. I would recommend visiting the I think it was the last episode, last Wednesday. It'll be on our YouTube, of SOAR, SOAR, with myself and my loving teacher, Don Zane Kerfman, where we went into a deep dive talking about intuition and the development of intuition. That could be very powerful for you. If not, you can always get yourself into a private session where I can sit with you one-on-one and help you to develop that. Yay. Let's see. Thank you so much. Love to all. Okay. No, just inviting. Okay. I couldn't tell because it doesn't show up like as a tag where I can see it from. She called us in to watch your live. Happy to join. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. It absolutely was beautiful. Thank you. You being there makes it so, you know. Let's see. Puppy Brianna, yes, please send Puppy energy. Help Puppy find its way home. Help Mulligan find his way home. Mulligan, that means a second try, a retry. So maybe Mulligan will get that second try. Yeah. I will ask for prayers for my sister Eva. My mom just informed me she was taken to the hospital having a seizure. She has been having a lot of trouble recently. Okay, we can do that as a group if you'd like. Let's do that. Okay. Let's open your hands, and let's take in some breaths, take in some deep breaths. And you're inviting, if nobody was here in the beginning, we already did an opening ceremony and called spirit in. So if you're just getting here, what you want to do is open your hands, and your intention is to call spirit to you, your highest energy, your highest power, whatever God or creator or, you know, the living essence of all things is, call that here. And breathe it into you. And let go of anything else. I'm breathing in spirit, energy, life force, chi, prana, letting go of anything else. In with life, out with heaviness, in with life, out with heaviness. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Your hands are open, and invite here. We invite here all forms of light, all beings of light, nature beings, angels, ancestors, ascended masters, whatever to you. And my hands are vibrating so powerfully right now. Feel the power and vibration in your hand. And as it comes here to you, what you're going to do is suck up some of that energy, taking it into your heart and charging it. And then what you're going to do is send some back out through your hands. Send your finest light out to your spiritual guidance. Send it out. Now you're sharing. You're giving and receiving. You're giving and you're receiving. This is putting you in flow with your energetic field, with spirit that's around you. And this is where I usually begin to pray. And my prayer is, I ask for the powers that be to help the highest possible outcome come. This is the most effective way to prayer, because often sometimes the things you're praying for are rooted in fear. Like, say, the puppy Mulligan. If I just say I need Mulligan to come home and there's no other way, what's happening is I'm blocking other potentials. So what I ask is, if it's possible, could Mulligan come home? And at any rate, I wish for the greatest possible outcome for whatever these person needs. For Sister Eva, for whatever's going on in her and in her body, we ask for healing. We ask for rectification. We ask that any unresolved emotional data or energies that may be blocking her from her healthiest self be removed in this time. Ask. It's just a simple asking. And what you don't want to do with your prayer is get caught in how it has to be. That's what I'm talking about. Many people, they close their hands, they close their heart, and they tell God, God, I need this to happen. And if it doesn't happen the way that they're saying, they say, God's failed me. And that's not true. That's not true at all. That's a judgment. It's accepting that everything's already perfect the way it is. And I'm asking for more of that light and perfection to come into it. This puts you in a place of acceptance and love, and that's how you can really help the person around you. If you have fear for the person that becomes hospitalized and you're afraid of what's going to happen, and your prayers are centered in that fear, you're spreading more fear and you're actually hurting them. This is where conventional ideas of prayer don't work. Prayer is very powerful if your energy is vibrating in love. I wish for love for you, and everyone that's here and on this planet. I wish for love. I ask for love. I bring in the power of unconditional love and gratitude. This is how you pray. You pray from your heart. You pray from love, not fear and lack. God, please give me what I need because I'm so afraid. God, I'm not afraid, and I know you'll take me where it needs to go, and I'm open and ready to receive it. And I ask that you show me the highest possible timeline. I'm taking in some big breaths. Big breaths. Big breaths. Big breath. And one more big breath. There you go. Beautiful. We're still in that space of prayer. Allow yourself. Can you feel all that energy that's around you now or with us? Because although you may be watching me through a computer or a phone screen, energy, God does not know time or distance. That's a man-made idea. We're all connected here. If you're here and in this space, you're connected in the space of holy sacredness in prayer. Allow yourself just to absorb the energy. I like to imagine as if all of the pores of my skin can drink in like their little mouth, drinking in the energy like the pores of a sponge, taking in all that beauty because it's here for you. It's always here for you. Blessings to your sister, Amber. Yes, you're always right on time. I love this prayer this morning, and it loves you, Queenie. I'm very hot right now. My third eye is vibrating. Okay, that's okay, Brianna. I want you to bring your awareness. I want you to practice opening and closing your koshko like we did in class the other day. Put your hand there. Open and close the koshko. Open it up. Do your practice now. Connect yourself to the earth. Call in Pachamama. Thank you for helping me to center and give my prayer to the proper support. My absolute pleasure. Spirit, please guide my family toward peace with the best possible outcome for these circumstances. Blessed be. Yes, perfect. See, that works a lot better than being afraid, okay? We just been trained. You've been trained to be upset, fight against things, protest. That's what we do. What I can tell you is you'll never see me at a protest. You could see me at a demonstration of love where people come together and we do something like this, where we don't fight. We're not fighting against something. We're being the change. The change comes from within you, from within you. It's the ego mind that thinks it needs to control the exterior. to create a better world. It begins in you, and it will guide you to what changes you need to make in your exterior world. Very good. Hi, Lauren. Still reeling from that emotional and spiritual experience last night. A Nike Kuyaiki. Thank you. I love you. I'm so glad you were there. I could feel your energy. You have a very beautiful energy field, and I'm grateful that you were there. So thank you. I'm always here to help. If you have any questions, this is the place to ask them. That's why I do this show, to kind of create a forum for people who are out here in the world that might have spiritual questions, or they have something they're trying to process and maybe just need that one little piece of information or key. Wow, my energy is flowing. Yes, I can feel it. Do you feel that rainbow energy moving through you? Let her go. Let her go. I don't have a list of events here with me, but I'm sure we have some coming up. We've had some really amazing ones. Carrie Ann asked, what days and times do you normally live? So it's been for the last 4 years. I've been doing them in the morning. I've changed around some days, but I'd say for the last year to 2 years, something like that, I've been doing it on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I used to come on 5 days a week, but it was just taking too much energy from me, because I do ask in these things if it's possible for everyone here to make a small donation. There are opportunities to donate. There's different things in the descriptions of the video, and you can visit our website. But that's how we work. We work mostly through the help of other people, because a lot of the people that come to us for healing and help are people that don't have abundance, and they really, really need help. So we have to be able to create time, and time is money, So we have to try to create time and abundance to be able to help everyone. And we do a very good job with that. Mary and I do, making that happen. But we always ask for help from the community. You can support others by helping us. By helping us, that supports the community. That helps us. That helps us to do more things like this. So as of right now, it's still on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8 a.m. This is subject to change because I'm working on something new that's going to be subscription based. So that way, for people, some people just have a hard time giving unless it's in a subscription. So if I'm only paying $7 to $10 a month for this beautiful service that shows up every day, I think a lot more people will give, a lot more people will show up. So that's what I'm looking to do. I'm always looking to streamline, find more ways to help us raise funds to increase our reach and help us. And boy, has it been working. In the last month, the last 4 weeks, we've had more donations and help than I've ever had previously. So that came in just at the right time, because things were getting heavy and it looked like we were going to have to shut down. It looked like we were going to have to stop. The Positive Pineapple is going to have to end. But no, that's not where it is now. I asked for help from Spirit, from the universe, and it showed up. And I asked for your help. If you can help, please help. But that's where we're at. We're here on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I also do some other pop-up free live streams where sometimes I just do like healing. I'll show up and do distance healing for people that show up. So that happens too sometimes. This show is more just kind of directed as Ask the Shaman. It gives you an opportunity to communicate with a shamanic priest and learn some things about your energy and spirit and so on and so forth. There's a lot to connect with here. I have been practicing since Monday. Very beautiful experiences. Nice. Amber says, I absolutely plan to join one of your meditations soon. Thank you for calling me in, Carrie Ann. Perfect timing without even knowing it. As always, my love. Everyone have a blessed day. I leave here with such a full heart, and I am grateful. Thank you, Amber. Thank you. Tuesday, Thursday time. This time, 8 a.m. 8 a.m. We're on. Carrie Ann. Thank you. The universe knows your voice is needed. It does. I'm aware. And, it doesn't mean that sometimes the road is hard. The road is hard when it's trying to teach me how to improve my connection and increase my faith. My faith runs very deep, very deep. Of course, because my faith has brought me back from terminal illness from my death. I've come back from that. With the help of Spirit, with the help of God, with the help of Creator. I would even venture to say, even though I'm not religious, I'm not a Christian, but I will tell you, Jesus has been a very powerful part of my evolution, a very powerful part. In every way, sense of the form, I agree that Jesus is a savior. I don't agree with how it's taught in the form of religion. And I do challenge everyone I know, especially if you have religious aversion, as I did, because I was pushed away from it. As I mentioned earlier, I grew up in a very pseudo-Christian home. My mother talked the talk, but she was by no means any sort of Christian. She was rude and violent and mean and triggered. A person actually that's walking around with an entity and doesn't know. So I was very turned off to the teachings. I didn't want to hear about it because all I could see was her. And I believe, oh my gosh, there's no way this is any good. That was beat into me, instilled for me from very young. But what I can tell you now is, Jesus, take away the Bible, take away the religion itself. And what you can do is begin to open your heart and pay attention to the teachings in which he's brought into the world. And the primary one is love. Love thy neighbor. Don't be vengeful. Be loving. Be loving. For your rewards are in heaven, which is your higher self, far exceed any reward in the physical plane. Freedom of mind. That is heaven. Heaven isn't somewhere you're going to die to get to. Jesus already told you. The kingdom of heaven is within. That's where we go to two things: find heaven and know Yeshua. Know the teachings. It's not about his name. It's not about that, because the story has never been about him. The story isn't about a man. It's about you. Thank you, Jill, so much. $5 super sticker. Thank you so much, Jill. Perfection. Yes, you are. I would venture always to say that all is perfection. Now, not everyone's going to agree, because it makes them feel a lot more safe to think that there's good and bad. That creates some sort of dichotomy in the mind. I don't really go there. For me, everything's perfect. Not everything feels good, looks good, or tastes good, or smells good, but it's perfectly designed. The only thing that makes things imperfect is our judgment. And our judgment is related by our false expectations of what we think perfect should be, which is never what it should be. It's what it is. And we are lucky you are here. I'm lucky you're here. I think we're all very fortunate. I don't know if it's lucky so much as fortunate. It's beautiful. We're all part of one living energy, how we can all come together. I love this community. What a beautiful, beautiful spiritual community that we've been able all to cultivate together in this period of time. What else can we do? We can move this to where we can create a spiritual community where there's thousands of people that come together. Could you imagine a Zoom meeting with 1,000 people doing a beautiful sorts of breath and meditation? It's coming. Make that happen. Let's make that happen. Good morning, Tom Shuck. Lauren says, I have to go back to work now, but thank you for grounding me again. Anaiki Kuyaiki, thank you. I love you. Wilka Nuna Penichai, Sacred Soul Sister, thank you for being here. Jessica Lockhart, I miss you. Where have you been? I believe God is love. So do I. I communicate with the child Jesus. If I visualize Jesus as an adult, I struggle to hear him. Some pray to the baby. I pray to the child. I've had a lot of trauma, so pray through my inner child to the child of Jesus has been helpful to me. So as long as I can feel the love and connection, I trust. That's beautiful. I think that's great. There's no wrong way for you to connect to your higher power, but it's a difference of connecting to the higher power as observing it as being subservient and beneath it. Jesus never said, you are below me and you should worship me and you're crap. That's not what he said. That's not what he said at all. He said, follow me. That means watch what I'm doing. It's been totally misconstrued and kind of twisted up how that's meant to work. Jesus, Yeshua, is a spirit teacher. It's a guidance system, an energetic guidance system. And what that energetic guidance system can do is begin to connect you and teach you Forgiveness. That's a big one, because most of us are carrying resentment, justifiable resentment at that. The truth is there is no justifiable resentment. It's never okay to have resentment. Although you will think that, your mind will think that, people will argue that. It's okay for me to have resentment. Yeah, I didn't say it's not okay. I'm just saying what it's going to do is not help you in any sort of way. It's up to you. You can choose however you want to feel. I don't condemn you or call you bad because you're choosing to put yourself in a space of suffering. I love you as you are. And I support you as you are. That's the best I can do for you. And that's the best we can do for each other. And how you choose to pray and connect to your higher power can be any way you want, whether it's a child or a baby of Jesus or an adult of Jesus. Those are all illusions. None of those exist. All that exists is a living energy, and you can call it Yeshua if you would like. The form we've been shown is not true. It's illusory. Most forms of Jesus show up as a white man. That would not be possible according to the story, okay? So whatever visual you will create is just a visual. The important part is the feeling. So however you see it, baby, person, and even if it's not Jesus, it could be Buddha, it could be Krishna, it could be Muhammad, it could be Allah, whatever it is for you, allow yourself to visualize. What does God, the creator, the most beautiful divine essence, what is that for you? The vision can come in through your visual mind, your visual cortex of your mind. But what's excuse me, what's really important is your feeling of it. What does God feel like when you connect to it? Not what does it look like or what you think it is, or, you know, the relating away that the mind does. You're letting that go and you're going into God, Jesus, I feel you in my heart. That's where you know Jesus. That's where you know the higher power, or whatever name you want to call it. It doesn't have to be. So people get confused. I say Jesus, but I'm not a Christian. You don't have to be a Christian. Jesus wasn't a Christian either. That was something created later, which at the base is very much true. There's truth. What's happened is man has taken it, twisted it up, and put it in a form of control. And the biggest form is that they fooled you into thinking God's somewhere outside of you, when Jesus already told you the kingdom of God's within. It's not out here. It's not on a cloud. It's not in outer space. It's here. It's you. You're it. You're creation itself. That's the cosmic joke. You're already everything. You just got to remember. Grand Rising, Donna. Hi, Donald. Peace to you, my brother. Laugh out loud. Dollars, dollars, dollars. I feel lots more coming. Good. Because you know what I want to do? I want to travel around. I want to come to your town, wherever that is, wherever you watch me from, wherever that is. I want to come to your town. And I want to throw a party. I want to have a good time. Maybe there's a yoga studio or a place or a shrine where a bunch of us could get together and we could do little events, little very low cost but large kinds of events where I can come there and I can share this stuff with you, share this energy with you, cultivate a community. That's what we want to do. That's what we're aiming to do. That's what's going to happen. Let's make it happen. Blessing. Thank you, Donna. Blessings to you. Let's make that happen. Yes, let's make that happen. Yes, Queenie, I agree. I can imagine a Zoom meeting with 1,000 people. Good. Let's make it happen. How could we all work together to bring those 1,000 people together? Maybe we just start there. Maybe we call it something. What's a name? What's a name we could give to our online event where we call 1,000 people in? You know, this bit, it could be huge. We could call it in a group meditation of some sort, the 1,000 people march or something. You know what I mean? There's something we could do. I would love to see that, where we start doing that out in public, where we get large groups of people together, praying, coming together. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine, instead of it being a protest where people are out there protesting against the thing that they don't want, but they don't understand that they're giving energy to what they don't want to happen through their negative reaction? They don't know. Could you imagine 1 million people gathering together in a form of prayer or chanting or a soft singing or just an om? Could you imagine 1 million people? the sound of creation, us all vibrating in our highest form, us all calling in, bringing to us our highest spiritual energy, all coming together in one bubble. Woo! Do you feel that? Sheesh. I've already had many visions of stadiums and fields and large groups of people. Let's make it happen. You know how we make that happen? Through you. Visualize it. Make it happen. Bring your ideas here. Let's share ideas. Let's make it happen. We can do anything. Yes, in New Jersey, we will do a meetup this summer. Good. How big is it? You know, that's the thing. I want to make these things enormous. You and Mary are very welcome to come to Denmark. We'd love to. We're planning on trying to get everywhere we can, everywhere that reality brings us. We love to travel. The last year, we haven't had the ability to travel because we've taken all of our money and put it into the Positive Pineapple to help other people. Because we know that by giving with all of our heart, the universe reciprocates. Okay. I've dedicated my life to helping people. If I cared about money, I would go back into my heating and air conditioning business where I made 6 figures every year. That I would do that, but I can't really help people in the world that way. I can't use this beautiful gift that's been given to me in that sort of way. I'm here to love. But thank you, Angelica. We would love to. Yesterday, I shared the Positive Pineapple Facebook page with every single contact that I have. How nice is that? Thank you, Jill. Thank you. Thank you. That's a start. That's a huge start. You know, that's putting energy out into the world. And that's awesome. That's fucking awesome. Zen Fusion, 1,000 mindful milestones, 1,000 tranquil, 1,000 Zen Zone, 1,000 just thought vomit. I like it. Thought vomit. I enjoyed that. That's fun. What a beautiful morning. I am amped up. I am charged up. I am so excited for life and for where this journey has taken us and continues to take us. You know, it's okay for your life to have challenges. It's good for that, but it's in these groups. It's in our collective conscious energy is how true healing happens for the individual and for the collective. And my goal and my aim is to teach as many people as possible how to connect to their personal energy, how to connect to their higher self and their spiritual guidance and flourish. I'm not here looking for followers. You can follow me if you'd like, but that's not what I'm looking for. I want to create more leaders, people where we can be leaders in the community and leaders in the world. Together, we create miracles. And it shows it to me every day. My faith, as I said, my faith runs deep. My higher power has shown me things that are just absolutely unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. To see where I've come from near death, from hell, a mental hell, into I live in a heavenly world every day, to helping so many others achieve that same way. To see the thousands and thousands and thousands of people now that we've helped all over the world, over 75,000 now. We are now over 75,000 people we've helped in over 48 countries. What else can we do? I did that from here, from right here, from here, right here. What else is possible? So much is possible, but we got to work together. We have a wedding plan in 2026 with bonfire and ceremonies to connect with ancestors. It would be amazing if you could join us. That would be so cool. Let's make it happen. Ask the creator. That's the thing. It's always ask and you shall receive. You'll get nothing if you don't ask. Together we create miracles. Together we create. We are creators and we can create positive or negative. I like positive creation. I don't believe in negative. I'm sorry. If that's how your mind is wired, that's okay with me, but that is not how mine is anymore. I'm no longer dual. I don't see negativity. I understand that the perception of negative, evil, or bad in the world is a reflection of the inner self. So I would always guide you if you're seeing negativity in your life, where is it living inside of you? Because that's where it's coming from. All is just energy. Sometimes it's heavy, sometimes it's light. That's how we describe it in our tradition. Heavy energy, light energy. Heavy isn't bad. It's just condensed and we don't know what to do with it. What makes something negative? Our judgment. It's not negative until it's judged. It's just energy. God, the creator of the universe, doesn't know the difference between positive and negative. We create that in our mind. It just responds to your frequency. The reality in which you're perceiving right now in this moment is in direct relationship to the decisions you've made up until this moment. The reality in which you will perceive from this moment has everything to do with the decisions you make from here right now. And I choose love. Thank you, Raina. Angelica, I'd like to come too. Jilly, come with us. Jilly's a traveler too. Jilly likes to travel and see places and connect energy lines. And that's really the way of the shaman. The path of the shaman is to generate and connect energy lines. And Mary and I were complementary opposites. That's called Yanantan in our tradition, this divine complementary opposite, where our opposites are what make us strong. And what we can do is we bring that stuff out into the world, and that helps to create lines of information and energy. And that begins to increase the collective consciousness, the flow of light in the collective consciousness. All of us do that. All of us do that. Good, good, good. 8:57. We're almost at an hour. I'm going to start wrapping up here soon. So if anybody has any questions or comments or concerns, or, nothing's off limits, I always just ask that you're polite. You don't swear, or, sometimes we have people show up. If you've watched the show before, we'll have people show up kind of irate. You know what I mean? The irate Christian that tries to force their belief systems on people. That'll happen. We just kind of very kind and loving to them, because I understand that person means well, but they're operating from fear, their own fear. It's the fear of their own soul, right? If you're afraid for someone else's soul, that means you're afraid for yours, because they are your soul. I'm not afraid for your soul. I'm not afraid for you in any capacity. I have love for you. If I have fear for you, I'm giving fear to you. I'm adding heavy energy, condensed light, hucha, into your field. I can't help you by having fear for you. That's where people make a lot of mistakes. I want to help someone. Now you have to pay attention to, is that help coming through the frequency of love or fear? It's going to freak you out and appall you when you begin to understand that most of your life and most of what you do, what you're calling help or love, is actually rooted in fear. That goes for all of us. But once you begin to know that, you can begin to turn that dial, become aware, I'm responding in fear. I can't help anyone when I'm in fear. I'm going to release my fear. Breathe in my courage and light, and release my fear and ask my higher power for guidance. Bring guidance to me. Bring to me whatever it is I need, and I'm open and ready to receive it. And you're releasing your judgments, allowing your life to come to you however it comes. What if you could just accept reality as it is without judgment? How would that change your life? It would, in a big way. I certainly know it has for me, and also for thousands of people in which I've helped to discover this. There are three primary things that I always talk about. Three primary things. If you are stuck in a story, if you feel like you're trapped in an emotion or a story or something's happening, the first step for your freedom is your awareness. Awareness. I'm aware. Become aware. Slow down, become aware, and go into your breath. Awareness, breath. Two very powerful things to put together. I'm aware that I'm operating in a condition in which is not favorable for me or my desired or preferred outcome. I'm going to change my breath. What am I saying to myself? What am I agreeing to? There's always some sort of story that's happening in the mind that creates self-limiting belief systems. Then as you become aware, you go into your breath, you begin to install new words. Instead of saying, this isn't enough, I'm afraid, I'm not enough, you're saying, it's always enough. I trust and have faith. I have courage. I am enough. I am creation itself. These are the mantras, and this goes back to the 100 rule, 100 hours, 18 minutes. Imagine if you spend 18 minutes a day talking to yourself in a beautiful way. What do you think will happen? I want you to find out. Try that today. Try to spend 18 minutes, maybe if it's 3 6-minute sessions today. 6 minutes. You got 6 minutes to spend 3 times a day? If you don't, that's the first place you want to begin, because that's self-care. 18 minutes. If you have 18 minutes a day, you're doing great self-care, according to the 100 rule, the 100 law. 100 hours, 18 minutes. Do you think that you're worthy of, do you think that you deserve 18 minutes to be still with yourself, to be loving to yourself and connect to your higher power? I believe you are. The first step in your healing, the first step in your highest form, is showing up for yourself. Discipline, showing up when you don't want to as well. There's a lot of beautiful energy coming into me right now, and it feels just absolutely wonderful. And what I'm going to do now before I leave is I'm going to share it with you. So if you would like to share some of this energy with me, all I need you to do is I want you to put your hands on your heart like this. And you're going to take in a deep breath. I want you to fill up your belly and your chest and fill up into your heart. Hold and squeeze into your heart. And as you're squeezing, your intention is going to be to open your heart and release your air. Open your heart. Whoosh, open your heart. Hold your hands up like this. Close your eyes. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to begin to transmit a beautiful light frequency to you. All I need you to do is be in the space of reception, saying, I'm open and ready to receive. Let your breath become slow and drawn, very long, slowly in and slowly out. And I'm going to send you this Reiki, this life force energy, this chi, this prana. This is for you. I transmit to you my finest light. I share it with you. Please take it into your heart and into your being, and allow it to expand within you. I give you my greatest love. I send you blessings from all of my spiritual guidance. And we send you love, light, luck, abundance, health. Take in a deep breath and just breathe it all in. Hold it in, squeeze it into you. And release. Put your hands back over your heart, saying to yourself, I lock in this energy into my heart, this beautiful energy of life, of light, of truth. I bring it into me. And I am so grateful. I am so grateful for this day. I'm grateful for this group of loving people. Grateful for this beautiful soul family. I'm grateful for the air that I breathe, for my legs to walk and travel, my eyes to see and explore, my hands to create, hold, and love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Anaiki kuyaiki, arpichai sonkolai, arpichai sonkolai. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let us now come back to center, coming back here into the moment. I am so grateful for all of you being here this morning. This is just an energy-packed experience, as it always is. You're all so beautiful, and I love you all so much. Angelica says, I just want to say that I'm very grateful to find positive pineapple. My life is shifting. And I love that. It feels like I'm on the right path again. See, it's those kind of things. I feel all that energy and love. And I want to thank you so much for your gratitude. And I send it back. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm about to cry. It just feels so good. It never gets old, you know. Every day I get about 100 emails, messages every day from people around the world thanking me, praising me for the work that I'm doing and we're doing. And, you know, that includes you. That includes all of you here. You're part of it's your love, it's your light, it's your faith is what drives me. And I thank you all so much. Thank you for your love, Angelica. What a beautiful heart you have. What a beautiful heart you all have. I'm so grateful for you. Thank you, Jill. We had to do 20 minutes, laugh out loud last century. Good. Start at 20 minutes. I love it. I just set an alarm for myself just in case I forget to breathe on purpose. That's cool. I recommend that, as a matter of fact. I tell people, set alarms for yourself. I'm barefoot in the river. Amazing. Perfect timing. Whoosh. Call in Mother Water. Call her to you. Open up your tailbone center. And imagine your tailbone energy center goes into the water like a root system, and call Mother Water and her transformative energy. The water is very powerful for cleansing and transforming. Call her into you. And as you stand there in the river, just some soft breaths and just feel her energy and drink it up into you. Drink it into you. It often shows up as a really shiny, bright, but black energy. Black is it's usually a sign with like something bad, but it isn't. It's just the dark waters of the deep earth. And this is the water of transformation. Take it into you. Imagine it going into all your veins and blood vessels, every millimeter and every cell and every atom and subatomic particle. I can feel it through you. I'm feeling that energy through you right now. And it's beautiful. Take it into you. Thank you. I want to thank you all so much for this beautiful morning, for this beautiful day, for these blessings, for this prayer together. And I look forward to our next episode that will be on Tuesday. This next Tuesday will come in. So bring your friends, bring some more people. How big can we make this? Let's make this as big as we can. This thing as big as we can. The more, the merrier. That's what I always say. If anybody has any questions that they want to talk about privately, I'm always open, okay? I may not answer you right away. There's a lot of other people that I work with every day, but I will get to you. I always get to you. Don't be afraid. Don't think you're bothering me. Yes, I'm very busy, but I'm not too busy for you. I'm here for you. I'm here to support you. That's why I do what I do. I'm here to help you. So if you need help, reach out. Don't be afraid. Send an email, send a message, a DM, whatever feels right to you. Reach out. If you need some guidance, you need some help, I'm here to help you. I'm here to support your growth. Big breath in of gratitude. Big breath in, gratitude in. I am so grateful. I get to go work out now with another priest and a pastor. How cool is that? 2 Paqos and a pastor. We're going to go work out. I like to train with my brothers, my friends. What a beautiful life. I love you all so much. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll be back soon. I send you the greatest love and the greatest light and the greatest wishes. And may that light shine into you and into your soul. God bless you all. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.